To an issue impacting millions of Americans, childcare. When we examined the industry last year, the pandemic had made a staffing crisis even worse. Now educators tell us the sector is still struggling to keep workers. ABC's Karen Travers has the story.
The U.S. job market continues to bounce back from the COVID pandemic.
Unemployment actually ticking down to 3.5%.
Despite that good news, one key industry is still struggling: childcare.
We continue to have staffing shortages. We're about 22% short-staffed right now. This is unheard of.
I have a couple of classrooms that are not staffed, therefore we don't have children there.
The childcare sector has lost more than 100,000 workers compared to pre-pandemic levels. That's a drop of 9.7%. Experts say the single biggest factor that continues to drive this staffing crisis: low pay for childcare workers.
It's physically, mentally, emotionally hard work, and it's one of the lowest paid jobs in every single state in the country.
The average hourly wage for a childcare worker is just $13.31, or under $28,000 per year. Marcelo Candia is a teacher at ACA Child Development Center in Annandale, Virginia. He works a full day in a classroom of 4-year-olds and then heads to a second job nearby just to make ends meet.
I work in the grocery store, so after finish here, I go my other job. So I need to take that in order to pay my bills too.
His colleague Nicole Lazart told us she knew her whole life she wanted to be a teacher, but she's questioning how long she can afford to stay in the field.
If I wanted to have kids, if I wanted to get married and kind of go to that next part of my life, it's just not really possible. I could do it, and I've seen people do it, but I see them struggle.
The child care center directors we spoke to say they're trying to alleviate that struggle, paying their workers more and offering generous benefits and incentives to retain quality teachers. ACA Child Development Center receives funding from the county and state and got federal dollars during the pandemic, but it's still not enough.
We are running our program with a $200,000 more or less deficit for this fiscal year because we decided to increase the salaries.
Isabel Bolivian says raising tuition isn't an option. The vast majority of children enrolled at ACA come from low-income families.
Many work in cleaning companies, grocery stores. A lot of them also work in school systems as teachers or firefighters.
Last year, Leslie Spina told us that for the first time in nearly 3 decades running Kinder Academy in Philadelphia, she had empty classrooms because she just didn't have enough teachers. She now says her staffing challenges have gotten worse. She can't compete with retailers and fast food restaurants.
We're not paying what Target pays. We're not paying what Chick-fil-A pays because we can't afford to.
In the nation's capital, the city government has tried to help daycare workers with grants to centers and an innovative new program that pays teachers up to $14,000 extra per year. KidSpace Child and Family Development Center in Washington is free to families who've experienced homelessness, trauma, and abuse. D.C. government funding and private donations have helped it pay their workers more.
It's a no-brainer. The child care workers, teachers, anyone that comes in contact with children is just as important as our doctors, our lawyers, our Supreme Court justices.
Latoria Myers teaches infants and toddlers. She says the grant gave her financial stability.
I'm a single mom, so it helped me kind of get back on a financial balance as far as like paying some things off. Actually taking my son on a trip finally, his first plane ride.
Childcare staffing shortages have a ripple effect across the economy. Courtney Tay, a pre-K teacher in Missouri, is expecting her first child in December, but she's struggling to find care so she can return to her classroom.
For most of the centers, they don't have any availability until summer or fall of 2023.
Courtney says she's fortunate her parents can step in and take care of her daughter until a space in daycare opens up.
But I've been really surprised by how difficult it is to find a place for her.
The Biden administration tried and failed to push Congress to approve major investments in childcare and pre-K education. Experts and advocates say until early childhood education is funded like public K through 12 schools, not much will change.
If we can't figure out how to have reform of our early career education system that is driven by public dollars, we're not going to recover from this crisis.
The political fight will go on, and educators like Marcelo Candia will continue showing up despite the challenging work and low pay.
I love what I do. I come here with a lot of energy. I go out of the school when I finish with a boost of energy.
There are times when you wake up and think, is it worth it? Should I continue to do this? But I know that I am making a difference in the lives of others. And what would life be if not being here for others too?
Certainly making a difference. Our thanks to Karen for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.